All right, we are live, ladies and
Live,
gentlemen.
live, live.
Live, well, yeah, I don't want to plagiarize somebody else's deal. We are live on Bear Sheath Farm with your host, Levite Khan, and today we will be reading Shop Team chapters 1 through 5. Let me make sure everything's good. All right.
Been a long 2 days so far.
I think we're good. All right. Let me check the other side.
Oh, wow. Oh.
This one should get going here. All right. Anyway, welcome. Today we'll be reading Shop Team chapters 1 through 5. And I'm going to be reading more, try and get through it. As a lot of you know, I'll be having all of my teeth pulled out coming up on the 15th of September. I don't know how long it'll be before I need or how long I'll need to take off. I'll try to do something anyway, even if I can't really talk much. But I'm not going to bumble and stumble through the readings either. But that being said, folks, let's get this moving.
Let's get it on the road.
Yep, rocking and rolling. All right, Judges chapter 1. And after the death of Joshua, it came to pass that the children of Israel asked the Lord, saying, who shall go up for us against the Canaanites first to fight against them? And the Lord said, Judah shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand. And Judah said unto Simeon his brother, come up with me into my lot, that we may fight against the Canaanites, and I likewise will go with thee into thy lot. So Simeon went with him. And Judah went up, and the Lord delivered the Canaanites and the Perizzites into their hand, and they slew of them in Bezek 10,000 men. And they found Adonai Bezek in Bezek, and they fought against him, and they slew the Canaanites and the Perizzites. But Adonai Bezek fled, and they pursued after him, and caught him, and cut off his thumbs and his great toes. And Adonai Bezek said, 70 kings, which is 70 in today's terms, having their thumbs and their great toes cut off, gathered their meat under my table as I have done, so God hath requited me. And they brought him to Jerusalem, and there he died. Before we go on to verse 8, folks, you think about that, the defeated foe, he even admitted and got humble. Amazing. You don't see that kind of humbleness, humility, or whatever going on much at all today. Anyway, verse 8. Now the children of Judah had fought against Jerusalem, and had taken it and smitten it with the edge of the sword, and set the city on fire. And afterward the children of Judah went down to fight against the Canaanites, and dwelt in that mountain, and in the south, and in the valley. And Judah went against the Canaanites that dwelt in Hebron, before it was Kirjath Arba, and they slew Shishai and Aaman and Talmai. And from thence he went against the inhabitants of Debir, and the name of Debir before was Kirjath Sepher. And Caleb said, he that smiteth Kirjath Sepher and taketh it, to him will I give Achsah my daughter to wife. And Othniel the son of Kenaz, Caleb's daughter, and Othniel the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it, and he gave him Achsah his daughter to wife. And it came to pass, when she gave to him, that she moved him to ask of her father a field, and she lighted from off her ass. And Caleb said unto her, what wilt thou? And she said unto him, give me a blessing, for thou hast given me a south land. Give me also springs of water. And Caleb gave her the upper springs and the nether springs. And the children of the Kenite, Moses' father-in-law, went up out of the city of palm trees with the children of Judah into the wilderness of Judah, which lieth in the south of Arad, and they went and dwelt among the people. And Judah went with Simeon his brother, and they slew the Canaanites that inhabited Zephath, and utterly destroyed it. And the name of the city was called Hormah. And Judah took Gaza with the coast thereof, and Ashkelon with the coast thereof, and Ekron with the coast thereof. And the Lord was with Judah, and he drave out the inhabitants of the mountain, but could not drive out the inhabitants of the valley, because they had chariots of iron. And they gave Hebron unto Caleb, as Moses said, and he expelled thence the 3 sons of Anak. And the children of Benjamin did not drive out the Jebusites, that inhabited Jerusalem, but the Jebusites dwelt with the children of Benjamin in Jerusalem unto this day. I think we're talking a bloodline here, folks. Welcome and shalom to Craig Hayden. How you doing? Glad you're here. I'm seeing double here. Give me a second. And the house of Joseph, they also went up against Bethel, and the Lord was with them. And the house of Joseph sent to descry Bethel. Now the name of the city before was Luz. And the spies saw a man come forth out of the city, and they said unto him, Show us, we pray thee, the entrance into the city, and we will show thee mercy. And when he showed them the entrance into the city, they smote the city with the edge of the sword, but they let go of the man and all his family. And the man went into the land of the Hittites, and built a city, and called the name thereof Luz, which is the name thereof unto this day. Neither did Manasseh drive out the inhabitants of Beth-shean and her towns, nor Taanach and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Dor and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Ibleam and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Megiddo. It's where Armageddon will be fought. Megiddo and her towns, but the Canaanites would dwell in that land. And it came to pass, when Israel was strong, that they put the Canaanites to tribute, and did not utterly drive them out. Neither did Ephraim drive out the Canaanites that dwelt in Gezer, but the Canaanites dwelt in Gezer among them. Neither did Zebulun drive out the inhabitants of Kitron, nor the inhabitants of Naalal, but the Canaanites dwelt among them and became tributaries. Neither did Asher drive out the inhabitants of Acho, nor the inhabitants of Zidon, nor of Elab, nor of Akzib, nor of Helba, nor of Aphek, nor of Rahab. But the Ashterites dwelt among the Canaanites, the inhabitants of the land, for they did not drive them out. Neither did Naphtali, or you could say Naphtali, drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh, nor the inhabitants of Beth Anath, but he dwelt among the Canaanites, the inhabitants of the land. Nevertheless, the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh and of Beth Anath became tributaries unto them. And the Amorites forced the children of Dan into the mountain, for they would not suffer them to come down to the valley. But the Amorites would dwell in Mount Heres and Ajalon and Shaalbim. Sorry about that, folks. Shaalbim, yet the hand of the house of Joseph prevailed, so that they became tributaries. And the coast of the Amorites was from the going up to Akrabim, from the rock and upward. And that's all 36 verses of chapter 1 of Shoptim, Judges. Let me look here. Now, the next chapter, welcome and shalom to Tex Haas, Craig Hayden again, Nicole CB, Old Pass, how you doing? Wilfred Witzke, glad you're all here. All right. As we go into chapter 2, and I've talked about this off and on throughout reading over how many days. I don't know how many days we're on, but they're going to get scolded because, as I just read in chapter 1, I said this was, going to happen, which obviously it has, past tense. But for us, just reading it, I said, come to Judges, and they're going to be in tears and all that. And an angel, a malach, is going to scold them because they did not stomp out that sin, literally. And it does affect them later. So, there was one at the beginning of the chapter they couldn't really do. They could not. But the other ones, they did not. Keep that in mind. And they could have made their lives much easier throughout the generations if they would have gotten rid of the ones that they chose not to, that they just didn't put all the endurance into. Don't get me wrong. It's a bloody time. It's a situation, unaliving people left and right. I mean, Joshua is just about, before Judges for that matter, is about the bloodiest book around. That and Esther at the end. You notice in Joshua, they had to take breaks. They had to take one break for sure and recover a little bit because you can become kind of, sadistic. But they still needed to do it. And when they don't do as they're told, they don't stomp it out like they're supposed to, which we'll also find out in 1 Samuel. A lot of you already know with King Saul. bad results. Hence comes the book of Esther. So, let me take a swig and we'll go on to chapter 2. All right. Chapter 2. And an angel of the Lord came up from Gilgal to Bochim and said, I made you to go up out of Egypt and have brought you unto the land which I swear unto your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you. Ye shall make no league with the inhabitants of this land. Ye shall throw down their altars, but ye have not obeyed my voice. Why have ye done this? Wherefore I also said, I will not drive them out from before you, but they shall be as thorns in your sides, and their God shall be a snare unto you. And it came to pass when the angel of the Lord spake these words unto all the children of Israel, that the people lifted up their voice and wept. And they called the name of that place Bochim, and they sacrificed there unto the Lord. And when Joshua had let the people go, the children of Israel went every man unto his inheritance to possess his land. And the people served the Lord all the days of Joshua and all the days of the elders that outlived Joshua, who had seen all the great works of the Lord that he did for Israel. And Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died, being 110 years old, and they buried him in the border of their inheritance in Timnath-Heres, in the mountain of Ephraim, on the north side of the hill Gaash. And also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and served Baalim. And they forsook the Lord God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger. And they forsook the Lord, and served Baal and Ashtaroth. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil, as the Lord had said, and as the Lord had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed. Nevertheless, the Lord raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them. And yet they would not hearken unto their judges, but they went a-whoring after other gods, and bowed themselves unto them. They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in, obeying the commandments of the Lord, but they did not so. And when the Lord raised them up judges, then the Lord was with the judge, and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. for it repented the Lord because of their groanings, by reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them. And it came to pass, when the judge was dead, that they returned and corrupted themselves more than their fathers, in following other gods, to serve them and to bow down unto them. They ceased not from their own doings, nor from their stubborn way. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. And he said, because that this people hath transgressed my covenant which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died, that through them I may prove Israel, whether they will keep the way of the Lord to walk therein, as their fathers did keep it, or not. Therefore the Lord left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hand of Joshua. Yeah, all 23 verses of Judges chapter 2. Okay, we're already starting to see the darkness here. The Heart of the Father, Minister 1421. Welcome and shalom to you. I'm glad you're here. I don't know who you are, or
I think it's Sister Susan or something.
or is it under what, from Facebook? Because you keep track of that. Okay, good. I mean, welcome to everyone again, and her now. Anyway. That being said, the book of Shoftim, or Judges in English, the scroll, the Megillah. It's a very dark time, folks. These people kept getting themselves into trouble and going back and forth. Kind of like a ping pong ball in a sense, but They always had to have somebody guiding them, babysitting them, monitoring them like little children, kind of like we are today. So the costly price for sin, as we see for it today going on in our nation here, primarily the United States. If there's somebody else watching from another country, because sometimes I get that, I'm sure they can say the same thing. So let's move on to Judges chapter 3. Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel had not known all the wars of Canaan, only that the generations of the children of Israel might know, to teach them war at the least such as before knew nothing thereof, namely 5 lords of the Philistines and all the Canaanites, and the Sidonians and the Hivites that dwelt in Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal Hermon unto the entering in of Hamath. And they were to prove Israel by them, to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of the Lord, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses. And the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, Hittites, and Amorites, and Perizzites, and Hivites, and Jebusites. And they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served other gods. For those of you who might be new, those little g's, don't like demigods, you can also call them mighty ones. That can be a good or a bad thing. Before going to verse 7 here, I'm just giving a little bit of an explanation. In this case, it's a bad thing. You can be a god if you are over your children in authority. In a sense, you're a god. Little g, you're a mighty one. You know, police officers, judges, whatever, teachers. But I'm still waking up, folks. It's been a long day, and I had to take a nap. But I just thought I'd give a little bit of that. Hey, Deb?
Mm-hmm. All
right. Verse 7. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and forgat the Lord their God, and served Baalim and the groves. Therefore the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of Cushan Rishathaim, king of Mesopotamia. And the children of Israel served Cushan Rishathaim 8 years. And when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord raised up a deliverer to the children of Israel, who delivered them, even Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and he judged Israel and went out to war. And the Lord delivered Cushan Rishathaim, king of Mesopotamia, into his hand, and his hand prevailed against Cushan Rishathaim. And the land had rest 40 years, and Othniel, the son of Kenaz, died. Now, before I go on to verse 12, keep in mind, too, they're really emphasizing they'll say things and names over and over and over, and there's good reason for that. You need to keep that stuck in your minds, both with the good, people that are good, and in this case, evil, people who are over us. All right. We need to know who they are. We need to pray for, or for that matter, against them. And pray, that we are obedient and that we are able to get free and do what we need to do for Elohim. All right, let's go on to verse 12. But there's a lot of emphasizations. There's a lot of reiterating to the point where it can get kind of, mundane and, gets almost annoying. But there's reasons for that, folks. We need to take heed to that. Verse 12, and the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord strengthened Eglon, the king of Moab, against Israel, because they had done evil in the sight of the Lord. And he gathered unto him the children of Ammon and Amalek, and went and smote Israel, and possessed the city of palm trees. So the children of Israel served Eglon, the king of Moab, 18 years. But when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord raised them up a deliverer, Ahab the son of Gera, a Benjamite, a man left-handed, and by him the children of Israel sent a present unto Eglon, the king of Moab. But Ahab made him a dagger, which had 2 edges of a cubit length, and he did gird it under his raiment upon his right thigh. And he brought the present unto Eglon, king of Moab, and Eglon was a very fat man. I've always liked this story.
Here.
Yeah.
You take your antibiotic.
Oh. Before I go to verse 18, I take to this medicine to keep my mouth uninfected.
Until surgery on the 15th of September.
Yeah.
It's a lot better now, but he's still got a little swelling under the tongue, but it's all right.
I don't think I do I?
Yeah.
Okay, verse 18. I took my drugs. Thank you, dealer. No, bad.
Oh, you're so funny.
Bad joke. Okay. Verse 18. And when he had made an end to offer the present, he sent away the people that bear the present. But he himself turned again from the quarries that were by Gilgal and said, I have a secret errand unto thee, O king, who said, keep silence. And all that stood by him went out from him. And Ahab came unto him, and he was sitting in a summer parlor, which he had for himself alone. And Ahab said, I have a message from God unto thee. And he arose out of his seat. And Ahab put forth his left hand, and took the dagger from his right thigh, and thrust it into his belly. And the haft also went in after the blade, and the fat closed upon the blade, so that he could not draw the dagger out of his belly, and the dirt came out. That had to be one gross situation. Oh boy. Verse 23. Then Ahab went forth through the porch and shut the doors of the parlor upon him and locked them. When he was gone out, his servants came, and when they saw that, behold, the doors of the parlor were locked, they said, surely he covereth his feet in his summer chamber. And they tarried till they were ashamed, as in embarrassed, I suppose. They were afraid to go in there. They thought some putty stuff was going on, didn't they? Anyway, and behold, he opened not the doors of the parlor. Therefore they took a key and opened them, and behold, their Lord was fallen down dead on the earth. And Ahab escaped while they tarried, and passed beyond the quarries, and escaped unto Serath. And it came to pass, when he was come, that he blew a trumpet in the mountain of Ephraim, and the children of Israel went down with him from the mount, and he before them. And he said unto them, follow after me, for the Lord hath delivered your enemies into the Moabites, hath delivered your enemies, the Moabites, into your hand. And they went down after him, and took the fords of Jordan toward Moab, and suffered not a man to pass over. And they slew of Moab at that time about 10,000 men, all lusty and all men of valor, and there escaped not a man. So Moab was subdued that day under the hand of Israel, and land had rest 80 years, which in today's terms would be 80 years. And after him was Shamgar, the son of Anath, which slew of the Philistines 600 men and an ox goad. And he also delivered Israel. Oh, it's all 31 verses of Judges chapter 3. Let me look at the chat. Welcome to Jan Linney. Glad you're here. That's a good idea, but we don't have any peanut butter, Deb.
What?
Have a scoop of peanut butter, Wilfred. Tex and Haas are having their fun.
Oh, yeah. We've been eating beans.
But they're going back and forth. Well,
beans and rice.
I'm afraid, though, with the stuff that I've seen in the shop and what they're doing to our food, I'm afraid to even get peanut butter now.
Yeah.
I suppose there's some safe place you can get it yet, but all right. Let's go on to chapter 4, shall we? And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord when Ahab was dead, and the Lord sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan, that reigned in Hazor, the captain of whose host was Sisera, which dwelt in Harosheth of the Gentiles. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, for he had 900 chariots of iron, and 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Israel. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, she judged Israel at that time. And she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah. You say Devorah in Hebrew, basically. Between Ramah and Bethel and Mount Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment. And she sent and called Barak, the son of Abinoam, out of Kadesh Naphtali, and said unto him, hath not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali, and of the children of Zebulun, and I will draw unto thee to the river Kishon Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his multitude, and I will deliver him into thine hand. Oh, hold on. Oh, man, I itch. Anyway.
Yeah, you got a nice haircut, everybody.
Yeah, and I also cleaned a pretty wretched coop today, too. Anyway, I'm going to keep on focus here. Verse 8. See, here's the screw-ups, and he's going to be scolded by a woman. and rightly so.
Uh-huh.
Verse 8, and Barak said unto her, if thou wilt go with me, then I will go. But if thou wilt not go with me, then I will not go. And she said, I will surely go with thee, notwithstanding the journey that thou takest shall not be for thine honor, for the Lord shall sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. And Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh. And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh, and he went up with 10,000 men at his feet, and Deborah went up with him. How Heber the Kenite, which was of the children of Hobab, the father-in-law of Moses, had severed himself from the Kenites and pitched his tent under the plain of Zaanaim, which is by Kadesh. And they shoot Sisera, that Barak the son of Abinoam was gone up to Mount Tabor. And Sisera gathered together all his chariots, even 900 chariots of iron, and all the people that were with him, from Harosheth of the Gentiles unto the river Kishon. And Deborah, or just say Deborah, said unto Barak, up, for this is the day in which the Lord hath delivered Sisera into thine hand. Is not the Lord gone out before thee? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him, and the Lord discomfited Sisera and all his chariots and all his host with the edge of the sword before Barak, so that Sisera lighted down off his chariot and fled away on his feet. But Barak pursued after the chariots and after the host unto Harosheth of the Gentiles, and all the host of Sisera fell upon the edge of the sword, and there was not a man left. Howbeit Sisera fled away on his feet to the tent of Jael, another heroic woman, the wife of Heber the Kenite, for there was peace between Jabin the king of Hazor and the house of Heber the Kenite. And Jael went out to meet Sisera and said unto him, turn in, my lord, turn in to me for naught. And when he had turned in unto her into the tent, she covered him with a mantle. And he said unto her, give me, I pray thee, a little water to drink, for I am thirsty. And she opened a bottle of milk and gave him drink and covered him. Again he said unto her, stand in the door of the tent, and it shall be when any man doth come and inquire of thee, and say, is there any man here? That thou shalt say, no. Then Jael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent, and took an hammer in her hand, and went softly unto him, and smote the nail into his temples, and fastened it into the ground, for he was fast asleep and weary, so he died. And behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Jael came out to meet him, and said unto him, come, and I will shew thee the man whom thou seekest. And when he came into her tent, behold, Sisera lay dead, and the nail was in his temples. So God subdued on that day Jabin the king of Canaan before the children of Israel. And the hand of the children of Israel prospered and prevailed against Jabin the king of Canaan until they had destroyed Jabin king of Canaan. All 24 verses of Judges chapter 4. So they're whooping hides and taking names. Anyway, we're going to notice too, as time goes on here with Judges, they get free for a little while and then to be oppressed again by another nation or whatever. And the gaps usually kept getting longer, less freedom and more slavery and oppression and that. And the more the sin goes on, the more it perpetuates. It spreads like a disease. So let's get chapter 5 out of the way, shall we? Chapter 5. Then sing Deborah and Barak the son of Abinoam on that day, saying, praise ye the Lord for the avenging of Israel, when the people willingly offered themselves. Hear, O ye kings, give ear, O ye princes. I, even I, will sing unto the Lord. I will sing praise to the Lord God of Israel. Lord, when thou wentest out of Seir, when thou marchest out of the field of Edom, the earth trembled, and the heavens dropped, the clouds also dropped water. The mountains melted from before the Lord, even that Sinai from before the Lord God of Israel. In the days of Shamgar, the son of Anath, in the days of Jael, the highways were unoccupied, and the travelers walked through byways. The inhabitants of the villages ceased. They ceased in Israel until that Deborah arose, a mother in Israel. They chose new gods. Then was war in the gates. Was there a shield or spear seen among 40,000 in Israel? My heart is toward the governors of Israel that offered themselves willingly among the people. Bless ye the Lord. Speak ye that ride on white asses, ye that sit in judgment and walk by the way. They that are delivered from the noise of archers. In the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. Are you going to make it? Get it out. I'm not trying to be irritated. Just get it done.
Sorry.
So no, it's okay. It's just
my allergies.
I know. I believe me. I know allergies firsthand. Do what you need to do. Verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. Awake, awake, Deborah. Awake, awake, utter a song. Arise, Barak, and lead thy captivity captive, thou son of Abinoam. Then he made him that remaineth have dominion over the nobles among the people. The Lord made me have dominion over the mighty. Out of Ephraim was there a root of them against Amalek. After thee, Benjamin, among thy people, out of Machir came down governors, and out of Zebulun they that handle the pen of the writer. And the princes of Issachar were with Deborah, even Issachar and also Barak. He was sent on foot into the valley for the divisions of Reuben. There were great thoughts of heart. Why abodest thou among the sheepfolds to bear the bleatings of the flocks? For the divisions of Reuben, there were great searchings of heart. Gilead Gilead abode beyond Jordan. And why did Dan remain in ships? Asher continued on the seashore and abode in his breaches. Zebulun and Naphtali were a people that jeoparded their lives unto the death in the high places of the field. The kings came and fought, then fought the kings of Canaan and Taanach by the waters of Megiddo. They took no gain of money. It's amazing where Armageddon is going to be happening in the future. How many times they mention Megiddo all throughout the scriptures. I don't know. Maybe it's just a nuance on my part, but I love it. Anyway, verse 20. They fought from heaven. The stars in their courses fought against Sisera. The river of Kishon swept them away. That ancient river, the river Kishon. O my soul, thou hast trodden down strength. Then were the horse hoofs broken by the means of the pranzigs of their mighty ones. Curse ye, Murah, said the angel of the Lord, curse ye bitterly the inhabitants thereof, because they came not to the help of the Lord, against the mighty. Blessed above women shall Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, be. Blessed shall she be above women in the tent. He asked water, and she gave him milk. She brought forth butter in a lordly dish. She put her hand to the nail, and her right hand to the workman's hammer, and with the hammer she smote Sisera. She smote off his head when she had pierced and stricken through his temples. At her feet he bowed, he fell, he lay down. At her feet he bowed, he fell. Where he bowed, there he fell down dead. The mother of Sisera looked out at a window and cried through the lattice, why is his chariot so long in coming? Why tarry the wheels of his chariots? Her wise ladies answer her. Yea, she returned answer to herself. Have they not sped? Have they not divided the prey? To every man a damsel or two. To Sisera, a prey of divers colors. Well, that'd be many or various colors. Divers colors, of needlework of divers colors, of needlework on both sides. Meat for the necks of them that take the spoil. So let all thine enemies perish, O Lord, but let them that love him be as the sun when he goeth forth in his might. And the land had rest 40 years. I better get this plugged in. All right. And that's all 31 verses of Judges chapter 5. All righty then. I think we have 21 chapters total. And I know, I'm pretty sure I'll get that done before my operation on my, to have my teeth pulled. Yeah, 21 chapters. So now once I'm done with Judges and when I'm able to read, when I've toughened up the gooms or whatever goes on. Welcome and shalom to Carolyn. Carolyn Gannon. But that being said, we're going to go in the Jewish order. Okay, we're not going to Ruth. I'll give you an idea. It's actually a better order than the Christian order. Like this is my
I'm sorry.
2009 revised.
Forgive me for blowing my nose and coughing and sneezing.
My revised ISR as an Institute for Scripture Research Bible. That being said, folks, where is that thing? Put this thing here. There we go. I think the dogs are doing all right out there, don't you?
They'll be fine.
All right.
They're actually probably enjoying it.
Yeah, it's nice out there for them.
Drop some paper.
I know. You don't need to tell me all that.
Don't lean that way.
But the Jewish order, folks, in the Tanakh is a little bit different than the Christian. All right. Shamathas and Exodus, Vayikras, and Leviticus, Bamidbar, Devarim, Yahushua, Shaptim. Okay. After we get done with Judges, we'll be going into 1 Samuel. Shemuel Aleph is how you say that in Hebrew. Of course, then it'll be second. Which will be Shemuel Bet, which is 2 Samuel. We'll do it in the King James, don't get me wrong. Okay. But that being said, and so on and so forth. Like the last two scrolls in the Old Testament, normally, then I'm used to as well, or first is Zechariah, and Malachi, as in Malachi, and but in the Tanakh and the Jewish order, it's 1st and 2nd Chronicles. So, a little bit different.
No, he's just not done with you yet, Brother Wilford.
No, yeah, he's not done with you yet.
Everybody's got a purpose.
Yeah. That, as I look at this, folks, and I'll read what I can before my operation. I don't know how to go after that for a little while. I'll do something online. I'm not going to read like that. Not happening. So,
you're gonna be all right, dear.
Just looking at the chat a little bit, so you guys are relaxed and kicking it here. That's good. Guess I don't have a lot here, but there's a lot going on in the world, folks. You know it. I know it.
And he's still doing his studies on those two other subjects.
Yeah, I might do some more videos exposing things like Kundalini, charismatic chaos.
And the Noahide laws.
The Noahide laws and that. I've been looking more into that yet. I stayed away. I didn't do any of the documentary on BitChute yet. Or, I haven't done that for a few days, but I got a good one that I looked at in on YouTube. And I wrote some things down. I know that. So it's dark in here. Darker than normal. It does. But
and
Well, it's just, the presidents that sign these declarations and executive orders and whatever. Keep in mind, they cannot follow through right now. The no hide laws and the sub laws into verb action yet. Okay, it would go contrary to the Constitution, contrary to the national Constitution, our normal one that we go by, which is our second Constitution, just so people know that. 50 other state constitutions, county laws, city laws, and whatever, down to the local yokel mayors and city councilors, and the supreme law of the land of the county, which is the sheriff normally. And whether it's a woke blue libtard judge or an extreme far right conservative judge, they would be on that very quickly. And even if it went to the Supreme Court, the court of the land, I don't know. I don't want to prophesy because I don't want you guys to have to take me out and stone me. But I'm pretty sure that if it went that high up, see if Trump got that stupid or any other president right now, it would be a 9-0 decision, all the way from Clarence Thomas, who's a pretty conservative, to that woman who doesn't know that she's a woman, or no, she doesn't know what a woman is. They would all more than likely they would all rightly go against it and say, no, Mr. President, you can't do that. Now, I'm not the only one who explains this stuff. I know Dan Badondi's pretty good at it too.
And so is David Carrico and Sister Diane Ketterman.
Yeah, no, they all know their stuff, no doubt about it. I'm just looking at something from Dan, actually.
Yeah, Trump said that he put a warning out for schools.
Yeah. What's it about?
About the transgender thing that he's going to
well, he needs to be more of a man, though, Trump does, and say, look, I'm just not going to give you any funding. No, they need to back that up. If there's one thing you have to give to the Biden-Harris administration, and who knows who was running it, Kamala's just too stupid. I mean, I'm not trying to put it down. She's just an idiot. And, of course, Biden was out in La La Land before he ever got in. He never should have been in due to the 25th Amendment. But point is, they had no problem sending in DOJ and FBI just to ram into people's houses at 4 to 6 in the morning. Good or bad, I mean, which it all was bad. I mean, they shouldn't have been doing that. But, I mean, they had a sack. They didn't care. And now you got Kash Patel and Todd Blanche. Is he still this acting attorney general, or has he been sworn in? I don't know. Has he been voted in? I don't think he has yet. I don't know for sure. I've been kind of getting slack on that because I'm to the point I don't care. All these investigations going on, like in my home state now with Ilhan Omar, that PEDO worshiper who keeps her, the family who stays together, that plays together, stays together. She and her brother. She more investigations on. Yeah, I don't know. It's one thing if you're a bigwig, and it still is wrong, but I understand it. Where Trump is protecting some of his billionaire PEDOS friends. But what is so big and wonderful about Ilhan Omar of the 5th Congressional District in Minnesota up there? I don't get it. How is she so powerful? I mean, she's probably brilliant for a Somalian. I bet she has an IQ of 92. So, and to listen to Vice President Vance talk, and yeah, we're investigating. We got this. Now we just have to decide this and how we should go about. No. Slam the FBI into her office, into her home.
Get your Trump get your beef, Trump.
Trump beef. Well, that's a good point, Hoss. But what good does she even do for the elites? I mean, like pole dancer AOC from the 14th Congressional District of New York. AOC, nasty jizzes in her crotch from the 30th Congressional District of Texas. I think she's limited now. Let me look her up. Yeah, Desmond Crockett.
Yeah, who liked the last thumbnail for the last live broadcast we did? Cat and dog fighting in the ring, and Mr. Drooly, and
okay, it ends later this year. I'll go ahead and share this for me to be looking at. They might as well be able to see it too if they still want to choose.
Amen, brother.
Nasty jizz in her crotch. I mean, Jasmine Felicia Crockett. I get a slip of the tongue. Born March 29, 1981. That's young. Is an American politician serving as the U.S. representative for Texas 30th Congressional District since 2023. That's not very long. Not that she ever served anyone. She never has. A member of the Democratic Party, she represented the 100th District in the Texas House of Representatives from 2021 to 2023. I'm sure she accomplished so much there too, as much as she has on a national level. Okay. So evidently her time is limited now. Let's see. Her current term ends on January 3, 2027. Ran for election. Hold on. Let's get into that. I hope because that's okay. Get out of there. She's a member of the U.S. House representing Texas 30th District. She assumed office on January. Her current term ends on January 3, 2021. Yeah, I thought she lost in the primary. Crockett ran for election to the U.S. Senate to represent Texas. She lost. Yeah, she was going for senator. That was scary.
Too bad she's so wicked. She's a pretty girl.
She lost in the Democratic Party on March 3, 2026.
Great.
Crockett, only on the outside. Crockett also ran for re-election to the U.S. House to represent Texas 30th Congressional District. She did not appear on the ballot for the Democratic primary on March 3rd. Crockett completed Ballotpedia's candidate connection survey, and evidently her time is limited to next year. Okay.
It's so sad, you know. Such pretty people, they so wicked inside, you know.
Well, yeah.
They always say, don't judge a book by its cover. Read the contents within.
It's about Stanley Kubrick. He studied Freemasonry and Skull and Bones to prepare for his final film, Eyes Wide Shut. Kubrick exposed what went on with the elites in the film. Well, you know they have useful idiots, though. I mean, I just don't, as stupid as some of them are, I can't believe just how unbelievably smooth-brained former Vice President Kamala, I call her Kamala the diva wannabe, harass you. She's Kamala Debbie Harris. Yeah.
Yeah, it just has to have a name.
We've been so burdened and undo what has been done. Oh, please don't be like don't try to be some kind of wonderful philosopher. You just suck at it so badly. I mean, call it for what it is. But
yeah,
there's a lot of things going on, folks, and the stuff that's going on with Iran, and Trump has not kept his word at all. He's lied to us. The president to end all wars. I'm not a mega Republican, just, so anybody new watching knows that. I'm a theocratic monarchist. That's my political stance, my beliefs. We have a king, Yeshua, Malak. But that being said, I just, it's amazing. It amazes me just how stupid people really are, and they look straight in our faces. And I mean, when I watch Tampon Timmy from my home state give that puppy dog look, and oh man, I mean, we could go on and on about this silliness, and it's silly, but it's not silly funny either. It's silly stupid. It's dangerous, and we're going down more than likely. I mean, I've kind of accepted that fact.
Well, just like Trump said on his first situation, if we get past 24 trillion, this country is not.
Look, we were at 30-some trillion when he got back into office, Deb, just so people know that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We've been beyond that for a long time.
Well, this was in his first.
I know all that, but during his first term, we were over 30 million by then. Here, I'm going to find out.
He says we're not retrievable anymore.
Well, we're not. We'd have to repudiate it all. And then that would be a great consequences too, really. Hold on. U.S. National debt. Yes, we're over 40 trillion in 2017. Okay, you're right. We were under 24. We were 20.245 trillion by the end of the 2017 fiscal year. But you got to understand, even though we were under 24 trillion, were we really salvageable? I remember back in the Bush Cheney days and all that, and I think the Obama Biden days, we're going past 5 trillion. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? They have learned their lesson about doing how they do things since the October stock market crash in 1929, back 97 years ago. Not saying that it won't crash. If God wants it to crash, it's going to crash. But I think about it, even 2008, and that 2008 was devastating to a lot of people, but they somehow they somehow kept it going. I remember that. I was tree trimming and chopping, chainsaw and doing all that fun stuff in Sioux Falls, South Dakota at that time. And my boss and I went to go to a restaurant to eat when we could trust it a little bit more back then for our lunch break. And we took long lunch breaks. It was just he and I. He's a lot bigger than that now. Last I knew, he was getting the city contract a lot of times now. But I remember hearing somebody on the radio on his pickup, oh, we're not the same country we were 2 weeks ago. And, but they somehow figure out a way to keep things going. And, God will delete and wipe out the debt at the end of the day, whatever day that may be. So that being said, I don't fret about it. I've accepted for the most part what's going on. It does get aggravating to me. Let's see. Probably play a couple of funny videos and oh yeah. People want to see that, don't they?
Yeah.
Funny animal videos. Come on, here we go. Well, I'm not playing one for 88 minutes. Screw that. Oh, here we go.
Shorts.
Yeah, I know, but then I got to keep them before they move on. Let's go ahead and I'll share that. Oh, here we are.
Oh, look at the horse.
Hold on, guys. Let me get this.
Whee.
All right. That's one way to beat the heat.
Oh, no.
Wait.
Big stick, Tiny door, bigger problem.
Oh, good girl.
That's one way to beat the heat.
All right.
Get the horse.
Here you go. Alrighty then.
Donkey there. You missed the donkey.
Well, here's the thing. It'll eventually go on me after so much time, and I have to try and search that, and the shorts are hard for me to find again.
Oh.
YouTube, I think, isn't quite as strict as it used to be where you put in the links, but I still do it to stay safe.
Yeah.
And when I have regular channels on, it's, that's no problem. So
I wanted to see some horses.
Oh, I know. You're right on that. I remember even in Florida, we paid, depending on what part of the state of Florida we were in, about 80 to maybe $2 a gallon of gas. Yeah, Craig is right on that. So those days are done. Gas is, look, the damage was really done. Snowball, downhill, avalanche, rapid effect, with the 4 years of the most treasonous administration I've ever seen. And that I know in U.S. history. Yeah, there's other nations, I suppose, in history's past, they were bad or worse. But when you have Mr. Tallywhacker in there who doesn't know, can't find his donkey with all three hands, I mean, it's just kind of how it goes. So, but I'll continue to do some work on the Noahide laws. Now, I've heard another number because I've heard anywhere from 33 to over 100 sub-laws with the Noahide laws. Well, now a woman's claiming over 200.
Diane.
Yeah, Diane, whatever her name is. And
Diane Kirkman.
Kirkman or Kurt. Oh, Kurtman. Okay. Yeah, she seems to know her stuff.
Yeah, she's a friend of mine on Facebook.
On Facebook? You still keep regular contact with her?
Yeah, plus Dan Bedoni, he's friends on Facebook.
Well, I see him and I look at his stuff. Especially, because I've been a lifter and I still do my push-ups.
You know that pretty blonde that was on there the other night?
I still do my calisthenics.
That was
Diana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her. Okay, I know who I know who you're talking about now. Yeah. Anyway, look, even though I've read the 63 tractates in the Babylonian Talmud, I've read Shulchan Aruch, etc., Jewish Code of Law, and I've read I don't know how much stuff. You can't keep up with it all, and then they'll add stuff to or put in another discussion. And again, they can't do it today. Okay, the courts and whatever, the judges would rightly down that quick. But over time, who knows? And frankly, I'm not so sure it's going to be that simple, folks, of just the Noahide laws. I tend to wonder if they're going to be using Islam as a pawn with extreme Sharia law keepers. In my research, they are doing some teaming up to an extent, but I'm not a prophet. So
November's right around the corner.
In a way, but we have to get through the rest of August and start September and then do October.
Yeah, I hope we get our plumbing done before winter again.
Oh, man, I hope so, too.
Maybe I can start using my kitchen sink to wash dishes and
Yeah.
use my toilet to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That would be nice.
All right, folks. Look, I don't have a lot more to say. I'm kind of rambling now. We'll continue to read. I want to get through Judges and start in 1 Samuel after that and keep things going. And after that, I'll have to do some other things until my mouth heals after the operation.
I may come on.
And that, do you want Deborah or do you want Deborah to read to you?
That, or either I'll just come up with something.
Okay.
I'm very good at the teaching.
Yeah,
and
there you are.
Giving a simple message.
Yeah.
That's all I am, as a messenger.
Yeah.
And I've done that for quite some time. And Brother Wilford and Brother Tex always said that it was pretty good. So they liked it.
Okay.
Anyway.
But folks, you take care out there. You stay safe. You stay on your guards. You keep your heads on your swivels. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate those of you who have been here for the whole time and those who have made their way in, off and on. I'm cool. Appreciate your support. Some of you may have came on for the first time, that because they're friends with my wife on Facebook. Please.
And if you're new here, please subscribe.
Yes.
And share this channel.
If you please share this. I don't care about money. I've never made a cent off of YouTube as far as their, how they do that. My goal is to get people informed and have them wake up, ladies and gentlemen, and get the truth and do God's work. All right. Peace. Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. The Levite is out of here until next time. Later.